Yup, it's Mac from the Everyday Ain't Nobody's podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. My boy Andrew Schulz on Adam22. On a new episode of Flagrant 2, they got the guy. They got the man, DJ Academics, and I ain't gonna lie, this boy Schulz was showing his true colors. After watching 4 hours of them talk about dick and stupid shit, I've come to terms that Andrew don't really fuck with Adam22 like that. Now, he tried to sugarcoat it by starting off with this long, passive-aggressive, rant, basically explaining what we already knew, that Adam22 is soulless, and he don't care about nobody as long as you get paid for it.
Bro, I did an episode of, what's it called? And he had the YouTube clip questions lined up. Like, we're all on No Jumper, and I thought that we're kind of cool, and he had the title in the questions. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, wow. The most important thing here, because I thought we were like cool, not like boys or nothing, but I thought we were cool enough, whatever. And I was like, okay, you came in here, you know what your title got to be for this podcast. You know what the clips got to be for the podcast. And I'm like, okay, now I understand who you are. Anything that serves you and continues to succeed within this business, this is going to be a good thing, and we're going to go and we're going to push on it. I don't hate on it because I like knowing where people stand. I like knowing what people's intentions are. I operate a little different. You are on this podcast right now. If there's something from this pod you're like, yo, I don't want out, I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it. Adam's not cutting it.
I don't know why he playing dumb, acting like everybody didn't already know that. Adam will literally do anything for $1. Now, let's be real. Yes, it can be annoying, but if we're going to be honest, we know that's not what Andrew's mad about. He ain't mad that Adam got the clickbait titles. He ain't mad that Adam has his YouTube questions lined up so he can sequence it. The real reason why he's mad is because Adam took sides with Steiny. That's where this shit all started. Just go back a couple months prior. Andrew, he had a podcast where he was featured with the Nelk Boys, and that's where shit took a turn. Now, I will take Andrew's side on this. That podcast was weird as hell. Like, you could clearly tell that nobody did no research. Nobody really knew who Andrew Schulz was, and it showed. Like, that shit was just awkward. But Andrew started violating Steiny, and he was the one person who was actually trying to keep the flow of the conversation going. He was actually trying to be engaging where everybody else was just sitting around. So for Andrew Schulz to violate him like that, that shit was crazy, and it looked bad.
What bothers you the most right now?
Nothing.
Nothing bothers you?
You looking at your phone while we're doing this interview, and everybody's seeming disinterested.
Were you looking at notes or texting girls?
Notes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Me taking time out of my day to do this and then feeling
Dude,
like
I've
I'm
never
forcing you guys to do the podcast.
I've never been more
That
excited to
annoyed
do a
me.
podcast.
The shit looked so bad that the Nelk Boys decided they wasn't even going to drop that one. They said, we just going to keep this shit in the tuck. We don't want nobody to see this. Problem is, Andrew, he was so full of himself. He's like, no, y'all should drop this because I need everybody to see what bad podcasting look like. So you should drop that shit.
Release the pod now. It's time for war now. Let's go. Okay? People should see it for what not to do on a podcast.
So Nelk Boys decided to drop it. The problem is that shit backfired. Like, everybody saw how Andrew was acting, and they was like, no, you're a real kid. So he caught a lot of backlash.
I think you need attention. I think you're doing anything you can to get attention. And right now you're making this podcast about you, which is the most boring part of the conversation. Just say how you honestly feel.
I feel good, bro. I think you're pretty funny.
You don't feel good. You don't feel good. You feel insecure right now because you think I don't like you.
I do feel that way.
Why do you think I don't like you?
And people just wasn't feeling the way he was talking to Steiny because that shit was completely unwarranted. If you wanted to be, like, rude and abrasive to somebody, you should have said that shit to everybody else in the room because it was just standing there looking stupid. Then that shit got worse because never in a million years did Andrew think that his man, Adam22, would have Steiny on his podcast and actually defend Steiny and call Andrew Schulz out on his dumb, sassy, bitter attitude. For the first time in Adam's life, he showed an ounce of humanity for someone else when he came and had Steiny's back, and now Schulz is bitter.
Andrew plays like an exaggerated version of himself on Flagrant, which I myself have kind of noticed that, like, sometimes I'll notice him like laughing, and it's like he thinks that the joke is funnier than the joke actually is, but it's okay because it's a podcast and it's like you got to keep the energy going and everything. But I kind of felt like your exchange with him there was like the exact opposite of that. Like he kind of like chose to like take a more negative, side of things, which I'm not really like used to that from him.
No,
I've known Andrew Schulz for a long time, and that from the beginning felt like a different version of Andrew Schulz than what I've seen before. Like I feel like he was not in a great mood that day, even outside of whatever happened between you guys. I just don't really feel like that just wasn't the Andrew Schulz that I'm just used to seeing. He wasn't as fun loving.
Do you watch it too?
Now, if Andrew want to be mad, cool, be mad. I can understand you being upset that somebody that you thought you was cool with clearly had some ill feelings toward you, and instead of telling you, he went and told somebody else in front of the world. I get that. If you want to be mad, be mad. That's cool. But don't act like you just found out that Adam wasn't shit. You knew he wasn't shit from the jump, and I know you knew because you say you watch everything that goes on in the No Jumper universe. You didn't see him fuck over his friends, expose his friends, do all kind of foul shit, and let's not even get to what he didn't did with his wife. We don't even need to go that deep. Like, you know he don't care. You know he ain't never been worth shit, and you know he'll do anything for money. You just mad that it happened to you this time. What do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.